We are back. We are back again with another live stream and another preview. Whoa, it's been a while, guys, but Champions League. I was supposed to do my preview yesterday, but I was busy with some stuff. So gonna just do the preview today. Obviously, I think we played today. I think the game starts at 5:15, which is a really weird time, actually. I don't know why they do these. I don't know why they do these 5:15 games. Oh no, sorry, 5:45 actually. But yeah, get into the preview. So Arsenal take on Bayern Leverkusen away. First leg, obviously because we won top of the group. I think all of our first leg games will be away, and then our second leg games will be at home, which is good. It's always good to be at home second, right? But so team news. I'm just gonna get some information here. In terms of the team, obviously we played Mansfield in the FA Cup on the weekend. We rested Declan Rice, we rested Gabriel, we rested Saliba. I kind of experimented with the formation and done some like 5-1-2-1-2 kind of thing. We looked quite exposed. We was getting pretty dominated by Mansfield, to be honest. It was one of the worst wins we've had in the season so far. I'd say the Brighton one was probably a close second, but to be honest, forget about that. We're through to the last 8, and this is the Champions League talk. So I'm going to start off with obviously Tottenham. Tottenham has obviously got spanked 5-2 last night by Atletico Madrid. Just want to say a lot of fans were saying that they're going to be the first team to win the Champions League and be in the Championship. Well, evidently not. So in terms of team news, Rice will probably return to the starting 11. He got a 4 weeks rest. Same with Gabriel's game with Saliba. So I'm going to probably do my predicted 11 and I'm going to do my preferred 11. So predicted 11, we're going to go with David Raya in goal. Gabriel and Saliba as the centre backs. Obviously, they've both been rested. And Hincapié left back. And just so you know, guys, Hincapié is eligible to play against his own team, his parent club, even though he's on loan with an obligation to buy. He is eligible to play because I think there was some clause in the contract, and because we've got an obligation to buy, he's actually already our player technically. The only reason why we did the deal structured like that is because we wanted to have him on next year's book for financial fair play. I'll probably get into like some of the transfer stuff later, but anyway, in the 6, obviously we're going to probably be Rice, Zubimendi, and Eze in the midfield. I think that's what the manager will go with. Obviously, Eze did come off the bench against Mansfield. He did get the goal. He's in fine form. 2 goals against Spurs. Obviously, he got the goal in the FA Cup, which is great for his confidence because I think Eze is one of those players, the confidence player. He needs to run in the team, and I'm glad that I will never want to wish injury or problems on any of my players, but I'm kind of glad that Martin Odegaard's been out of the team because he does offer us a bit of control and stuff like that. But also, I think he just doesn't offer anything in an attacking sense. And I think towards the business end of the season, you're going to need the Mavericks, the kind of like individual brilliance of certain players, especially like Eze, to get us out of jail and really impose themselves on big games. And I think when it comes to Champions League and Cup football, and even the last like 5 games of the Premier League, we're going to need individual brilliance. I've been screaming on my channel so many times that our front line lacks enough individual brilliance to get us over the line in these bigger cup competitions. But we can only see people. We can only see. And obviously, I think the front 3 will be Saka, Gyökeres, and probably Martinelli. Again, like I said, players like Martinelli will probably not be here at the end of the season because I think we need to really upgrade that left wing. I mean, that left-hand side has been dusty for a while now. And Hincapié has been a revelation in terms of the left-hand side in an attacking and a defensive sense because I think he attacks better than Calafiori now and defends better than Calafiori as well. I'd actually be looking to move on Calafiori in the summer, but I'll get into that kind of stuff later anyway. And in terms of my preferred 11, same back 4. So David Raya in goal, Yuri and Timber right. Actually, you know what? Ben White right back, Gabriel and Saliba centre back, Hincapié left back. In the midfield, I would not be playing Declan Rice. I'd be playing Norgard. I'd be playing Zubimendi. And I'd be playing Eze in the 10. On the right-hand side, we playing Madueke, actually. I think Madueke should have got the full 90 against Mansfield. I'd rest Saka again. I think, we've got bigger fish to fry. Famous last words, Robbie. And then I'd still play Gyökeres up front, and I'd play Martinelli on the left-hand side. And I'd be looking to get Lewis Skelly in midfield at some point in the game, and I'd be looking to get Max Dalman on as well, and maybe even Ibrahim as well, because I think we've got these young guns that deserve a chance. And to be honest, we need to really be using our squad towards the end of the season, because God forbid Rice starts this game and he gets injured and he's out for the rest of the season. That's for me. That season done for me personally, anyway. Big up, Chris. Big up, mate. How you well? Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Watched the Champions League last night. I watched the Galatasaray Liverpool game, and I watched the Spurs Atletico Madrid game. I had it on multi-screen, so I was watching both at the same time. And I've got to say, you were lucky to get away with 1-0. I did say when I did the Champions League draw reaction that Liverpool would actually lose to Galatasaray, and that you'd struggle. And if you don't win away or get a draw, you will get beaten at Anfield. Now, obviously, we don't know what will happen. Hopefully, Liverpool turn up. But European nights at Anfield are definitely different to Premier League and stuff like that. But remember, last season you lost to PSG, the current holders, in a round of 16 of the Champions League. So we don't really know what's going to happen. But I will say this, man: that second goal that Galatasaray scored, they were absolutely robbed. You should be going 2-0 down into the leg. But listen, hopefully Liverpool can turn things around, because I think that Man City will beat Real Madrid. So I want you guys to actually go through so you can knock Man City out. I do not want Man City touching a final ever again. They don't deserve nothing, man. Cheating pricks. Big up Blade, Darkside Army checking in. Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Hope you're having a good day, mate. So the weather's actually looking quite nice. That's why there's so much light, because I should probably close the curtains, to be honest, because there's actually quite a lot of light in here. But it is what it is. We're gonna get on with the show, people. Big up Chris. I think 2-0 Arsenal, similar to Bilbao performance early in the season. Yeah, I think I'm going with a 2-0 as well. I don't think it will be a very exciting game. I could see a situation where Havertz and Dalman come off the bench and kind of add a bit of attacking potency. But ultimately, I think it will be one of those games where we just get away with the win, get the 2-0, get the clean sheet, able to take off players on the 75th minute, pick on some of the fringe players. But it would be nice to kind of do what Atletico Madrid did to Tottenham and just absolutely spank them. Obviously, Atletico Madrid were playing at home in the Metropolitano, so obviously playing away in the first leg, it's obviously going to be a lot harder. But I just want to get like a 3-0, 4-0 and just get out there as quickly as possible, because for me, I really want to focus on the league. I don't think we're gonna win the Champions League this season. A lot of people are saying we're the favourites. I do not think we're the favourites at all. For me, I looked at the performance yesterday from Liverpool, Galatasaray, Barcelona. I watched the highlights between Barcelona and Newcastle, and I looked at obviously Atleti and Tottenham. And I've got to say this: so far, nobody looks convincing. But other than Bayern Munich obviously beat Atalanta, I think 6-1. And for me, they were my favourites at the beginning of the season. I said that Bayern Munich are favourites. Then I'd say Real Madrid probably second favourites. Draw with City, they were probably second favourites. And then probably third favourites, I'd probably say third or fourth favourites, I'd probably say Arsenal. But I see the reason why I wouldn't put Arsenal in the top three to be the favourites for the Champions League is because, again, I think we lack the individual brilliance. We need to be looking at players like Kvaratskhelia. We need to be looking at players like Leao. We need game changers. I'm sick of these tactics where the wingers and the wide forwards have to defend so much. I just want players that will attack. Their only job is to attack. If we've got the best defense in the league, we need to start trusting that defense. And people need to be in the attack, need to be able to be on the touchline or be on the last shoulder, so we can actually start getting some transitionary goals. Because transitionary, we've been so poor this season, man. I can't think of a really good transition goal we've scored this season, really. I can't think of one off the top of my head. If you can remember one, let me know down below. But honestly, I can't think of one, to be honest. Big up, Chris. If I was Arsenal, I'd start Dalman versus Leverkusen. Bro, yeah, same here. I think for me, I've said it a million times. Playing, man, he's one of our best attackers. Like you saw him against Mansfield, and yeah, you can say lower league opposition, but even against the big teams, Dalman has easily been one of our best attacking outlets. For me, in the game against Mansfield, it was him and Havertz that were probably our best players, in my opinion. in terms of an attacking sense. Havertz didn't do too much, but definitely by no stretch of the imagination was Dalman not our best player, in my opinion. I think for me, he was by far our best player. But yeah, big up to you, Chris. Big up, Chris, again. Arsenal should be able to rotate versus Leverkusen in the second leg, week before the cup final. If you get the job done in the first leg, because City will be going all out on both legs versus Madrid. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I think for me, it's so imperative that we try and win 2-0 or 3-0 and get the job done early, because we need to win that Carabao Cup final. I've said it a million times, people. Whoever wins that Carabao Cup final wins the Premier League. I know we've got a 7-point gap and they've got a game in hand and stuff like that, and we still need to go to the Etihad. And I know Arteta, how Arteta is mentally. He will not go for the win at the Etihad. He'll go for a draw, and there's so many, like, just the margins of football are so fine that if we don't do the right things and we don't get the right results at the right time, this could end up being one of the worst seasons ever. Like right now, it looks like a great season, but this could also spin around and be like, oh, we've bottled it again. And I'm telling you right now, if we end this season trophyless, if I end the season trophyless and I see that manager in a dugout next season, I'm done with this club and I'm deleting this YouTube channel, because I swear to God, how can you keep a manager here for 6-7 years and he hasn't won anything? And look, like I've said, I'm not an Arteta fan. I'm not Arteta in. I'm not Arteta out. I think he should have got sacked a while ago. There's no other top manager that could have been in this situation, spent all this money, and produced basically nothing other than one dusty COVID FA Cup. But I said right now, where we are in the season, it doesn't make any sense sacking him. So I will back him until the end of the season, people. But ultimately, whether he wins or not, I will be looking at getting an elite manager to start dominating England and start winning more in Europe, because I don't think Arteta's got the cojones to do it personally. So yeah, big up to you, Chris. Completely agree, by the way. Big up, Chris, again. Our game was a complete replica to league phase games when we played them. Both teams' defense were awful and both teams wasted chances. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, I think the Ekitike chance, he should have done better, but the keeper save was really, really good. And I don't know if you know, I'm a big fan of Ekitike. He should be burying that. I think he's got to be burying that for me. He's got to be burying that. You were lucky to get away with a second goal, in my opinion. I think you should have been 2-0 down. I think Torreira had a chance, but he's like 5'3" and he was never going to score. But I think it was offside anyway. But you're only 1-0 down, so you can turn things around at Anfield. But man, I think you were very fortunate to get away with 1-0 there. How do you feel about Liverpool anyway, in terms of the Champions League and in terms of the FA Cup? Because I know you've got City, and probably your chances of getting a trophy this season aren't down and out. I mean, City and Liverpool can win the Champions League. They've got European pedigree. They've got European heritage. They've got, Champions League winners in their current squad. They've got, Alisson, Van Dijk, blah, 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 blah. So, and Salah, of course. So you have got game changers, but how are you feeling about, the FA Cup? How are you feeling about the Champions League? Obviously, the title's probably out of your reach, and obviously you're out of the Carabao Cup. So how do you feel about Liverpool's chances for silverware this season? Big up, Roy. Leverkusen are 6th in the German league and struggling to get into the top 4. A draw would not disappoint me too much. A loss unthinkable, but we must remember these are the best teams in Europe. Respect them. Yeah, no, absolutely. There's no team that I'm disrespecting here. There's no team that, when I play them, I think Arsenal should be able to play their under 18s or the under 21s and get through, But I do at the same time think that we don't need to play every single player. And for me personally, I've said already, the Champions League is not a priority for me. If we lost to Leverkusen and got knocked out, I'd be upset, but I'd be annoyed, but I wouldn't be upset. For me, less games to play, concentrate on the Premier League, concentrate on the Carabao Cup, concentrate on the FA Cup. Potentially, if we get knocked out of the Champions League, I'd be like, okay, now you've got to go and do a domestic treble. That would be my mindset. So again, it's a balancing act where you want to win every competition, but you don't want to overstretch yourself to the point where, damn, we've ended up with nothing. So as much as I agree with that, Roy, like you said, I wouldn't be disappointed with a draw either. But I would really like to win so that we can rest players in the second leg. And we've got the finals in 11 days now, or 11, 12 days. So we need to be in a situation where we can rest our key players where we can and we can get the job done early. Because even when you win, like for example, when we play Brighton, we beat them 1-0 away at the Amex, yeah. not just physically, but mentally, those games are draining. Now, imagine if we won that game 4-0 and we'd scored 4 goals in the first half, and we brought on Dalman, we brought on Ibrahim, we brought on Miles Lewis-Skelly and put him in midfield. That allows us to rest physically, but also allows us to rest mentally. So, as much as I agree with, I won't be disappointed with a draw or even losing or whatever. For me, the Champions League is not a priority for me, to be honest, because I said we're not the favourites. I think we're so far behind in an attacking sense of the bigger teams like Bayern Munich. I mean, I saw Elise's performance last night. Whew. I mean, Harry Kane didn't even play yesterday and he looked disgusting. So, yeah. Big up Quist. Facts, we got away with it. I think we do them in the second leg. They're not all that, but neither are we. And this is the problem. I think you've lost to some pretty speculative teams at Anfield this season. But I think in Europe, you guys will probably turn up when it comes to Anfield at home. I mean, European nights at Anfield are a different beast compared to playing them in the Premier League and other competitions. But yeah, I think Galatasaray didn't really have much, but I think they looked really well drilled. I think they looked really well oiled, and I think Victor Osimhen is always a problem from set pieces, and he can cause a lot of chaos. And yeah, they just look pretty solid, man. And I think the manager's got them playing really, really well. And let's be honest, man. Anybody can beat anybody. I think this is one of the most competitive Premier Leagues and the most competitive Champions Leagues I've seen in a while. Because I mean, look at Bodo Glimt. They beat Man City. I think they've won 5 games in a row. I mean, if that kid supported Bodo Glimt, he would have been able to get a haircut by now. But that's another YouTube video in itself. But anyway, people, I think for me, this season you can't count anybody out. I mean, if you lost to Galatasaray, I wouldn't be surprised. If you gone and beat them 3-0, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I think you probably will beat them in the second leg. But I think it'll be a lot harder than you think. But as you said, it could go either way. So yeah, big up to you, Chris. Anyway, big up, Jack, man. Salute. It's been a while, but yeah, hopefully you got the jokes, man. When you said about Giggs coming out of pen, that was so funny, man. Honestly, I was thinking about that last night. I was like, I hope Jack comes in the stream again because he's a proper legend, man. But big up to you, man. Salute. Dark side going in on City and Spurs. Love it. Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, my dream scenario for me, realistic. Obviously, dream would be to win the quad and Spurs to go down. But my realistic scenario is we win the Premier League, we win the Carabao Cup, Spurs get relegated, and all of their best players get taken by like West Ham, City, Man United. Like I've heard rumors of Van der Ven looking to go to Man United. And I'm telling you right now, this is my conspiracy theory, but I feel like Van der Ven is trying to lose on purpose so that Spurs go down, because if Spurs get relegated, then obviously it makes all of their players cheaper and he'll be able to command a bigger contract and get a better move if Spurs go down and get relegated. But listen. And City, you know me, I hate City. I hate Pep's bald head. I hate 115, 116. I want to beat them without the charges, personally. I want to be able to dismantle that board fraud without being helped by the FA. But if we beat them and then they get charged after, that would be my dream scenario. Win the Carabao Cup, win the Premier League, City get charges and get their stuff stripped, and Spurs go down. That's for me. That's the perfect season. I don't really care who wins the Champions League. I don't care who wins the FA Cup. Listen, you're my mate. As you're a Liverpool fan, you can take the FA Cup. We've got 14 of them. You can take it. We'll take the title. We'll take the Carabao Cup. I've actually never seen my team win the League Cup in my life because I think the last time we won it was '93. So yeah, look, you can look. I'll be fair, Chris. You can have the FA Cup. We'll have the title. We'll have the Carabao Cup. And yeah, we can laugh at City and laugh at Spurs and ride off into the sunset with a trophy, mate. There you go. See, I'm a nice guy, mate. Big up, Jack. I think we're inconsistent. Yeah, I think the problem is that we fail to kill off games, and I think that's because the lack of individual brilliance, the manager's kind of handbrake tactics. And look, he wants to stinky his way to trophies. I don't have a problem with it, but it better work. Because if it doesn't work, new manager, new front line. I think regardless of whether we win on something or not, we should be looking at getting Luis Enrique. I want an elite manager, man. At this club, we've never gone and got the best manager available. We've never gone and got the winner. Obviously, Wenger was a great manager to us, the best manager I've seen in my lifetime, obviously. But at the end of the day, Wenger was an unknown quantity, and I'm sick of taking these unknown quantities. I want an established winning manager, whether we win or not this season. If we don't, I definitely want it. I don't want no excuses. I don't want the top gooners to be talking about, oh, but Arteta's done a great job. Oh, look what squad he's built. Big men ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, Jack. Big up, Roy. What the fuck? Kane was not even playing last night. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm pretty sure Kane didn't play last night. I didn't when I watched the highlights, I didn't see Kane on, but and if he did, he was probably came on for like 5 minutes, and Bayern Munich just looked nasty. It's good to see Musiala score. Obviously, he had that horrible leg break, and as you know, as fans and as ex footballers, and at any level, leg break or any kind of ACL or any kind of MCL, these could be career defining injuries. So it's good to have him back. It's good to have him on the score sheet. But to be honest, I think Bayern Munich are my favourites. I can't really see who can stop them really. Their defense is pretty good. I don't really think Upamecano is good, but I do rate Kim Min Jae. And obviously they've got experienced players. They've got Kimmich, they've got Goretzka, and they've got Elise. They've got who else they got? They've got Luis Diaz as well. What a revelation he's been. He looks like one of their best players attacking. The way he just wiggles through the defenders is crazy. He's such a techie guy, man. Trying to think of what they got. Yeah, they've got Musiala as well. They've got Serge Gnabry. He's a player that, in my opinion, is still at world class or hovering around world class levels. They're just such a threat. They're such a threat, man. They're such a threat, and they got that Carl kid as well, 17, and he looks like an absolute baller. Bayern Munich are scary, man. Bayern Munich are really, really scary. I think for me, they're the favourites, and if we get them in the final, I don't really see how we can overcome them unless we stinky our way to some set pieces, to be honest. Big up Jack. Diamond is the most positive player we've got. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's always trying to be on the front foot. He's always trying to dribble in between the lines, and he's always trying to play progressive football. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's such a revelation, and he's such a sight for sore eyes when I'm seeing Odegaard spin around like a fucking Beyblade, and I'm seeing him go sideways and backwards, and I'm seeing this like passivity in midfield. We need to be more progressive, people. That's why when Havertz played in the 10 and he was linking up with Gyökeres, that was probably some of the best football we played. Then Havertz got injured, and then the football's been a bit stinky again. So look, if Eze doesn't perform, I want to see Havertz in the 10. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Havertz has been a bit of a revelation this season in the short cameos he's been in. So, we need to be playing these players that are progressive. But I'm hoping that if Arteta does win the Premier League and does win the Carabao Cup or does win some sort of domestic, some sort of silverware this season, that he'll start playing the 22-23 style again, because I don't think there was anything wrong with it. I don't think the style was bad. It's just Saliba and Tomiyasu went down, and defensively, you're going to play Rob Holding at the Etihad. What do you expect is going to happen? This is a player that couldn't even get into the squad at Crystal Palace, and we sold him for $3 million. And then now is like Colorado Rapids, and it's probably barely starting there as well. So I think Arteta got PTSD from that season, but to be honest, it was just defensive. It was just defensive frailties and a lack of rotation, to be honest. I don't think there was anything wrong with the 22-23 style. Taking teams to the sword every game and getting the teams finished off early was beautiful to watch. But big up to you, Jack. Big up, Chris. I spoke to Galatasaray fans. They say they would win the first leg as they are good at home, but they are not confident in the second leg. They are scared of their own defence. Well, that's interesting, actually, because one thing I will say is that Galatasaray atmosphere is hostile, man. It's hostile. Every single time a Liverpool player got the ball, even if it was for half a second, the whistling and the booing was crazy, man. Like, those Turkish fans, they don't mess around. But I reckon, to be honest, I'm thinking about it a bit more. I think you've got more than enough in an attacking sense to get to beat them. I mean, Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo, that should be more than enough to take them down. And even if, look, I think you'll get a goal. You'll probably, even if it goes to 1-1, you'll probably win on pens anyway. You should get through, bro. You should get through. Let's be honest. Big up to you, Chris. Big up, Chris. Galatasaray not lost a knockout game at home since 1974. We have failed to win there in all 6 games. That's insane. They've not lost a knockout game at home since 1974. My gosh. I think that was the year my mum was born, for crying out loud. That's an insane stat. I didn't even know that. But wow, that's a really insane stat. Well, big up to you, Chris, man. Big up Roy, Arteta out. Good morning, mate. How you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? I know you always love trolling me, but yeah, Arteta out, mate. Arteta out. Big up, Jack. If we don't win at least the EPL and the Carabao Cups, I feel this season will be a disappointment. Yeah. So, Jack, this is my thing, right? I've said my standards for this season are win the Carabao Cup and the Premier League. Win the Premier League as a standalone, I'll be fine with that. Win the Champions League as a standalone, I'll be fine with that. or that's it. For me, he has to win the Premier League or the Champions League or do some sort of cup double. And it can't be the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup because I've not waited 6 years to win a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup. But for a lot of fans, that will be enough, right? For me, title, champs, or some sort of double, or a domestic treble, or obviously anything above like a double is great, right? Or a quadruple is fine, obviously. But he's got to win the title. He's got to win the Champions League, or he's got to win the title with the Carabao Cup or the title with the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? The Carabao Cup and the FA Cup together will not be enough for me. I think, and if he wins the Carabao Cup as a standalone, that means you've bottled the league and you obviously haven't won the Champions League or the FA Cup. So for me, that wouldn't be enough. And I think he needs to be getting his P45 after that, in my personal opinion. But big up to you, Jack. Big up, Jack. We need to beat City at the Etihad to make a statement. Yeah, I think it's important that we beat the City at the Etihad. I've said it a million times. Like, Arteta needs to go for the win. He needs to beat Pep in his own backyard because if we beat them, then we end up probably going like 10 points clear. And after that, that means there will only be 4 more Premier League games left. That means we'd only need to win like 3 more games to win the Premier League. So I think it's so important that we win that game at the Etihad. And if we do lose, but it's still in our hands. So we need to win that game. And I think we need to make a statement. It's so important that we beat them at the Etihad. We haven't won there since, I think, the 15-16 season when Coquelin had an absolute masterclass. And I think Giroud, Santi Cazorla, and Coquelin had an absolute masterclass when we last won. And 15-16, we're talking, bro, this is like a decade ago we haven't won at the Etihad. So important that we go there and win. And I think and after that, if we beat them at the Etihad, they won't even bother trying anymore because the gap will be so big and we beat them in their own backyard. They'll be like, you know what? What's the point? Let's just focus on the Champions League. Let's focus on the FA Cup. Let's focus on other things. And by that time, hopefully we've won a Carabao Cup as well. So if we win the Carabao Cup against them, then why can't we go and beat them at the Etihad? You know? So I think, yeah, I completely agree. It's so important that we go and beat them at the Etihad, man. Big up, Chris. I was fuming we got City in the cup. At first, I was like, at Anfield, I'm confident, but the record at the Etihad is horrendous. Bro, I think both of our records at the Etihad is horrendous, man. I don't know the last time Liverpool beat you guys. I don't know the last time Liverpool beat City at the Etihad, but it's probably no better than Arsenal's, to be honest. I mean, City lose to Crystal Palace at the Etihad, they'll lose to West Forest, but they will never lose to an Arsenal or Liverpool. It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. But listen, I think you can beat them in the FA Cup. And look, hopefully you guys can get some revenge, man. Hopefully you can get some revenge. I know you guys lost to them at Anfield, but hopefully you guys can win, man. Hopefully you guys can win. But big up to you, Chris. At the same time, City are doing really... at the same time, are City really going to have an FA Cup as a high priority when you still could be in the Champions League and the title race? Also, Guardiola banned for Liverpool game, so it helps little Pep Reinders? It will be Pep. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the thing is, obviously, there's rumors that Pep is going to stay. They were saying that he's going to leave at the end of the season and this is going to be Pep's penultimate season. But if he's going to stay, I think the players will be less motivated to like win everything for him as a send-off. So I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes at City, but hopefully you can knock them out. And hopefully they can get knocked out of the Champions League. To be honest, Pep just needs to be trophyless this season. And he needs to go trophyless again. I just don't want City to win anything. And it just goes back to what I said before, like with the charges, with Pep and with the pain that they've caused both of us with the Rodri handball, with the 22-23, the 23-24, when we went on that crazy winning streak and lost to Aston Villa. I don't want it. They just don't deserve it. I just don't think Man City fans deserve it. Like Pep doesn't deserve it. Man City fans don't deserve it. And I'm just sick and tired of Manchester City. Sick and tired of that blue shark, man. The blue sharks are coming. The blue sharks are coming. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them damn sharks, man. Ciao. Big up to you. Big up to you anyway, Chris. Big up, Jack. By the way, Pep is playing mind games saying how Arsenal are the best team. We need to look at City as the team to beat. Don't get too complacent. We don't need pats on the back. We need silverware. No, big up, man. No, this is actually true. The amount of what's up? Because the mind games that Pep plays, like Arsenal are the best team in the world. Mikel, he plays very good football. They are 7 points clear. They are the clear favorites to win Premier League because Arsenal are playing great football. They scored 100 goals in competition. I'm not trying to hear that bull crap, bro. I'm not trying to hear that bull crap. City are the favourites for the league. Bayern Munich are the favourites for the Premier League. I'd say Liverpool are the favourites for the FA Cup. and City the favourites for the Carabao Cup. I'm not trying to be the main character. I'm trying to be the underdog. We don't need that excess pressure. We don't need that outside noise. That's why when Arsenal fans are saying, oh, we're the best team in the world, top of the league, top of the Champions League, stop buying into that crap. We're rubbish, all right? We're rubbish. We're the underdogs. We're rubbish, bro. We're rubbish, all right? We need to stop acting like we're so high and mighty because, honestly, it doesn't do good for the fans. It doesn't do good for the players. Stop buying into it. Anytime someone in real life asks me, like, what do you think of the squad? I say, no, we're rubbish, man. Like, I doubt we're going to win the league. I doubt we're going to win the Carabao Cup. And they're surprised. It's all mind games, man. Do not buy into this crap. Stop listening to the media. Stop listening to Top Gooners. Stop listening to Pep Guardiola. I'm telling you right now, because if this goes pear-shaped, we're going to look so stupid as well. Listen, we're the underdogs, mate. Everyone else is the favourites. We're just plodding along, game by game, one game at a time. We take it, piece by piece. I'm not buying into this treble, quadruple nonsense, man. I'll be happy with just a title anyway. Big up, Chris. I think Arsenal win both cups with Arteta. So record at Wembley, FA Cup semi-final, be it at Wembley too. So you should beat Southampton. Yeah, I mean, we got them away. I think we should be able to dust them off. I mean, they lost most of their best players when they got relegated anyway. So I still want to see Dalman. I still want to see Lewis Skelly. And I still want to see a Salmon. But I do think we'll probably need a stronger squad for Southampton away. If it was at home, I'd be playing more kids. But I do want to see a couple of kids. I do want to see a Lewis Skelly. And I do want to see a Dalman. But I think we should dust them off and get into the semi-finals, which is crazy when you think about it, that, we're so close to being in finals in the last 3 to 5 games in the Premier League. This could end up being a monumental season for us. But, like I said, it's got to be game by game. I'm not going to talk about, semi-finals until we actually beat Southampton and get through to the next stages, because this is what happens when you start counting your chickens before they hatch. You can end up with egg on your face, literally. Big up, Chris. People overreacting at Arsenal draw. I swear we had an easy draw on 21-22 when we were chasing the quad too. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You were chasing the quad, and then you ended up with a domestic cup double. Lost it on the last day. Lost the Premier League on the last day because Gerrard bottled it for you, unfortunately. And Coutinho didn't score that last minute shot, and Zinchenko crossed that ball for, was it Gundogan? Oh man, I hate City so much, bro. They cause so much heartbreak, and there's cheating pricks as well. I hate them, man. And I'm sorry, Michael Oliver, that absolute fraud, babysits City in every single game he officiates for them as well. Trust me. But listen, this is what I'm saying. Getting a quadruple is hard. That's why no one's done it. That's why no one in the Premier League no English team has done a quadruple before. It's hard. It's not easy to win a quadruple. It's not even hard. It's not even easy to win a treble. And I think Man City are the only team to do a domestic treble as well. And obviously they've done a normal treble and a domestic treble. So it's hard to win 3 trophies. It's hard to win 2 trophies. It's hard to win a trophy. So people are overreacting. And people saying, "Oh, Arsenal have been babies and they've been given an easy draw." It's a mute point for me, because we didn't decide it. We've put ourselves in this position by finishing top of the group. Obviously, we got the good side, but having a home game in the second leg, it's all because we finished first and we won every single game. So I'm just not hearing that, man. But big up to you, Jack, again. Hit the like button, fam. Let's get the stream making a dent in the algorithm. More like-minded people. Yeah, exactly, man. Hit the like button, people. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Gonna try and do more daytime streams and get you more content. I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna start doing some calling shows. So if you want to come on the channel, I'm gonna start putting a link in the chat and you can come in. We can discuss face to face. Could talk about the Arsenal, talk about other teams. So there'll be more things going on this channel, people, soon. So yeah, and I'm gonna start doing more watch alongs as well. I actually might do a watch along today, potentially. I'm gonna look into it. My computer's a bit funny, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna look into doing a watch along today. So yeah, stay tuned, people. More shows, more content. More guests on the stream. So yeah, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and yeah, keep viewing, man. Big up, Chris. I'm not gaslighting or being a wind-up merchant. Obviously, I always say if you win a trophy, a big one, successful season, but with everything falling into place, you should win a domestic treble for me. Bro, I said it before. For me, I don't care about the Champions League this season because I don't think we have enough. I think we should be trying to go for a domestic treble. And the fact that Wanyeri is on loan annoys me so much, because Wanyeri could be a key vital piece for us getting multiple trophies this season. And look, a domestic treble will be difficult, but it's not out of the realms of possibility. Look, we beat City on the 22nd of March or the 23rd. I can't remember what the day the game is, but let's say 22nd, whatever. We go and beat the Etihad, And then for me, if we beat them at the Etihad, it's done because we'll be 10 points clear, and there'll be what, 4 games left. So that means we'd have to only win 2 or 3 games, and they'll probably drop more points anyway. And they probably won't even care about the Premier League after that because they'll probably be concentrating on other things. So if we go and beat them at the Etihad, we beat them in the Carabao Cup final, we beat Southampton, then we're in a semi-final. Or let's say we get, I don't know, we could get anyone. They might even get knocked out. There's no reason why we can't win all 3 trophies. We can win the FA Cup if we get to the semi-final. We can beat anyone in our day. And look, we're the big risk holders, so we have FA Cup heritage. So for me, you're right. I think we could do a treble. We should do a domestic treble. We should. Why shouldn't we? But again, we're not the favourites. We're the underdog people. Okay, we're not getting ahead of ourselves. All right. Big up, Chris. My explanation is because Arsenal should already have the title done with drop points. City have played 0 natural fullbacks, wash defence apart from Gahey too. Yeah, I personally think we should have bought Gahey and Semenyo. I think if we bought Gahey and Semenyo, I would have been like, yeah, that's it, title done. But letting them go to City was a mistake, in my opinion. Even if we don't need Gahey, sometimes you've got to buy players just so other teams can't get them. And we needed Semenyo as well. We needed Semenyo, a bow-footed player that can play on the left and the right. That's that good. That has high shot volume. We dropped the bag on that one, man. We dropped the bag on that one. I would have sold Odegaard to get that deal done if it was need be. I'm telling you right now, like, it's not getting Semenyo could end up biting us in the bum, man. Because Semenyo has been so clutch for City. I think he's got the 3rd most goals in the Premier League. I think he has 15 Premier League goals. Then Thiago has like 18, and Haaland has 21, I believe. I haven't checked the stats recently, so I could be getting something wrong. But I know it's Haaland, Thiago, then Semenyo. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Last time I checked, anyway. Big up AFC, big up Darkside. Yeah, man. Big up to you. Big up the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, people. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up everyone in the stream. And yeah, enjoy. Big up Tyrell, man. I subscribed to you the other day, man. Yeah, big up to you. It's nice to see you in the chat. Big up to you, bro. We should probably do a show together soon as well, actually. Big fan of your content. Obviously, I think I saw you in the Shane Gooner stream the other day. So yeah, man, big up to you. Hit me up on Instagram. We should probably just do like a little collaboration together, man. Big up Chris. Dark side dream is Spurs getting relegated, City win nothing and get punishment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. City get punishment, we get a title, we'll get a couple of trophies, and Spurs get relegated. Honestly, there's not a fan base that deserve it more. Like, I see the only person who doesn't deserve to get relegated is Expressions, because I love Expressions, man. He's so funny. But every other Spurs fan, you deserve it, man. Enjoy Lincoln away. Enjoy Millwall at home. Enjoy it, mate. You deserve it. What's going on in Thai? Yeah, man. Big up Boring, man. Big up Boring. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you hit the like button. In fact, actually, I need to make you a moderator soon. Actually, let me just do it now, actually, because you're a consistent stream. You're a consistent member of the stream. Big up AFC. I'm calling it now. Bayern Munich versus Arsenal final. I'm calling it now. Bayern Munich versus Arsenal final. Tottenham get relegated. Harry Kane scores the winning goal. Oh, mate. Yeah. To be honest, man, like I've said before, I'm not too bothered about that. I'm not too worried about the title. The Champions League. But it's one of those things where if you get to the final, you obviously want to win it. But for me, I think we've just got other things that are just more, that make more sense to concentrate on. Like, I think for me, just concentrating on the league, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup are just more important, because I just don't see how we win the Champions League. I just don't think we have enough, personally. It just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't see how we can win it. Like, you know, if Saka's not at his best, I don't really rate Madueke that much. Gyökeres is hit and miss. Havertz is in and out of the team. Martinelli and Trossard, they're so dusty now, man. I don't know how they're still at my club. But yeah, that would be a horrible scenario. Unless we've done the title and we've done the Carabao Cup, that would be a horrible scenario for me, man. Other than Spurs getting relegated anyway. Big up to you guys. City is our number one op. They are in our way. That should be our mentality. We are scraping by and need to win everything in order to earn our spot at the top. Yeah, absolutely. Because for me, City are our number one opposition. We could end up playing them like 5 or 6 times this season if things go like according to the footballing gods. But man, I want City to get knocked out of every competition, us to just beat them at the Etihad, man. I want them to suffer. I want them to have the worst season they've had under Pep Guardiola. Obviously, City went trophyless last season. I wanted to go back to back, man. Honestly, the return of the Mac back to back, because we need to win something this season. This project would be an absolute this project would be an absolute failure if we don't win something this season. For me, this is the penultimate season. This is Arteta's last dance, and I think he knows that as well. That's why this football we've been playing has been so stinky, because he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose, and he knows that he needs to win this season. And look, his contract expires next summer. He won't ever leave because the money that they're giving him, and I don't think this club will sack him, but I think he knows that if he doesn't win it this season, he'll have to walk at the end of next season. He has to. Yeah. Big up, boring. Dark side, how much bounce was yesterday? Bro, Spurs losing 5-2. Nando's FC was so funny because the amount of pain that these Spurs fans must be going through right now, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, man. And as an Arsenal fan, yeah, and as just a lover of football in general, it's so nice, yeah? It's so nice. We beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. We beat Spurs 8-2 on aggregate. Oh, we're going to be the first team to win the Champions League and play in the Championship. You ain't winning nothing, mate. The fact that Spurs fans even had the audacity to say that, oh, we're going to win the Champions League and be the first team in the Championship. Like, how deluded do you have to be? Do you know the reason why it's never been done before? Because it's not supposed to happen. You can't win the Champions League and be in the Championship because it's not supposed to happen. It's never supposed to happen. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, people. But these Spurs fans, bro, honestly, what can you say? That it's just the history of the Tottenham. It is, because they come far and they play okay football, but in the end, they don't win anything because it is the history of the Tottenham. Big up, boring. I think he prefers Dalman, bro. He'll use him lots between now and the end of the season. Yeah, he must have preferred Dalman because Dalman's quality. Dalman's cold, man. Dalman is, honestly, I've said it a million times, he's the Chelmsford Messi. That kid is so good, bro. He's doing his GCSEs and he's that good. You know what I was doing at 16? I wasn't playing for Arsenal. I'll tell you that, people. I wasn't playing for Arsenal. I was failing my GCSEs. That's what I was doing, bro. Big up Vedish. Bayern Leverkusen 0, Arsenal 2. Hey, yeah, that's my prediction as well. I'm going to go over 2-0. Make sure you hit the like button as well. Make sure you subscribe because I've never seen you in the chat before. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Do you support Arsenal or do you support another team, or is this just your prediction? So let me know what you think down below because, again, I've never seen you before. Big up Jack. Arsenal versus Man City is on Sunday, the 22nd of... Okay, it's on the 22nd. Cool, yeah. I'm still going to see if I'm going to try and get tickets to that because that would be good. But I'm going to actually... I just remembered my friend bought me some tickets to go watch the final at Box Park in Shoreditch. So I'm probably going to be doing a live watch along at Shoreditch. So hopefully we get to win and we get to, see the captain's armpits because I really want that League Cup, man. There's so many, most of our fan base have not seen Arsenal win a League Cup. That's unacceptable. If you're under the age of 40, you probably haven't seen Arsenal win a League Cup, which is crazy, man. It's crazy. But big up to you, Jack. Big up Kenny. Big up Darkside. Got a feel for expressions, man. He's been through it. Yeah, man. I mean, I think he called his mum. On stream last night and said, "Why did you make me support?" Honestly, you got a feel for expressions, man. It must be hard being a Spurs fan. It must be hard, man. It must be hard. You've always been an Arsenal shadow. You don't really win anything. You win a trophy every 17 years or so. Last time you won a title was in 61. It's just awful. It's just awful, man. It's just awful. Big up to you, Kenny, man. Hey, Darkside, big up to you, Gunnar SC, man. How you doing? How's it going? Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. How you feeling about the game today? What are your score predictions, people? Let me know in the comments. I've gone with a 2-0. I want everyone to put their score predictions down below. I think it'll be a boring game. I think it'll be a bit cagey. And I hope they don't boo Hincapié as well. I really hope they don't boo Hincapié. I'm gonna be really real about this. I don't like when players get booed for moving teams because, let's be honest, Hincapié was an invincible for them, and they won the I forgot what it's called, their version of the FA Cup with them as well. So I hope he doesn't get booed, man. That'll be really, really rubbish, man. Big up Kenny. Let's connect on Friday, yeah, man. Let's connect next Friday, yeah, sure. Send me a DM or put your Instagram in the chat, and I'll send you a DM later. Either way, and then we can chat about doing something together. That would be great. 0 wins in 3 months is crazy. It's dark. It's dark. It's so dark, bro. It's so dark. Mate, Wolves have won a game in 2026. Tottenham haven't. West Ham have won a game in 2026. Tottenham haven't. Everybody in the Premier League has won a game in 2026. Tottenham haven't. I'm telling you, they are going down. They are going down. They're going down, 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 down. I'm telling you, it's dark. I honestly, I'd hate to be a Spurs fan. It's the worst. It's honestly the worst, man. Big up AFC. Non-Premier League side, Mansfield, Mansfield, and Wrexham have beaten more Premier League teams. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's dark. That's dark. Oi, man. They could really go down, you know. This is I know I'm taking the piss and I'm joking around, but they could really go down. They could really go down. I'm telling you right now, people, if Spurs go down, that's it. They ain't coming back. I think it was Roy who put a comment in my chat the other day. 27% of the time, if a team goes down, there's a 27% chance that they come back up the next season. On average, a team that goes down from the Premier League, it takes 6 to 7 seasons before they come back up. We could not have another North London derby in the Premier League for a decade, bro. A decade. And let's be honest, if they go down, Van der Ven's gone, Maddison's gone, Kudus is gone, Romero's gone, because they're too good for Spurs. They're too good for Spurs already, right? If they go down, they're not going to be able to sustain the wages. Oh, man, I'm hoping that would be absolutely delicious if they go down. It'd be absolutely delicious, mate. It'll be so nice. It'd be so, so nice. Big up Gunnar FC. I saw the highlights on TNT. That Kingsley keeper was making a lot of bozo errors, mate. It reminded me of Anana, bro. I just call him White Anana because that performance was crazy. Like the amount of slipping, bro. He was slipping like he was playing people were throwing bananas at him on Mario Kart, man. The way he was slipping on his feet. Van der Ven was slipping as well, but I think Van der Ven did it on purpose. He wants to lose, man. That's my conspiracy theory. That's my Alex Jones conspiracy theory. Is that Van der Ven wants Tottenham to get relegated so that they can go down and he can get sold for cheaper. I'm telling you right now, Van der Ven does not want to be at that club, man. He does not want to be at that dusty club. And you know what? Just for banner, if we could get him for like 10, 15 million, I would buy Van der Ven and put him at Arsenal, man. I'm telling you right now, I'd buy him just for the banner. If Arsenal don't win anything, then Arteta has to be sacked. From 22-23 onwards, it's been a failure that you haven't won anything. Yeah, I've been saying this for more years, for years now. 5 years, 1 billion Great British White Women spent, 0 trophies, not good enough. Not good enough. If he doesn't win something this season, he has to go, bro. He has to go. He has to go. Big up, Chris. I expect to slap Spurs on Sunday, at least 4-0. Otherwise, I'll be fuming. Don't concede either. Ironically, it's Mother's Day on Sunday. We will be their mothers for the day, telling them it's okay. Bro, listen, I'm going to be singing You Never Walk Alone on Sunday. I want Liverpool. 4-0. Fuck 4-0. Bro, 8-1. 8-1. 8-0, bro. I want you to absolutely crush them beyond recognition. I want their goal difference down. I want their morale down. I want them to get 2 red cards. I want the players to get injured. Like, I want them to just capitulate, bro. Okay, not injured, because I don't want to wish any players to get injured, but I want players to get sent off. I want them to get destroyed. I want them to get spanked. I don't want them to score a goal. I want you guys to get an 8-0 clean sheet. I'm predicting it right now. Liverpool 8, Spurs 0. I'm telling you, I'm calling it now, man. I'm calling it now. Big up, Chris. Big up, Jack. If we can get a watch along today, that would be great. The logistics might be crazy. Listen, I'm gonna try and work this out for you guys. Actually, since you've asked for it, I'm gonna try and do a watch along. I'll do the thumbnail and stuff like that, and I'll see if I can get this sorted out, man. Big up, Joe King. Morning, chat. Morning, Dark Side. Yeah, morning to you, Joe. How you doing, mate? How's it going? Oi, big up, Shane. Big up the legend, man. League Cup is massive moving forward. Lose and it could be a devastating for morale. Yeah, I've said it before, Shane. I think we got to win it. I mean, like I've said, I'm not old enough to even seen the League Cup being won at this club, so we've got to win it, man. We've got to win it. I think whoever wins that wins the title, and for me, we have to win it. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses. Big up to you, Shane, anyway. Big up AFC. Dark Side Carabao Cup tickets, final tickets are £500. Fucking hell. 500 quid. Whew, man. Jesus, man. That's expensive, man. Yeah, well, I'm going to be going to Box Park anyway, so yeah, that's out of my budget. Big up Joe. I've never seen the League Cup either. This is what I'm saying. There's literally, I'd probably say about 60 to 70% of our fan base have never seen us win the League Cup. And even Spurs have probably, Spurs won it in 08. So most of the Spurs fan base have seen it. It's just, it's not good enough, man. We need to win it. We need to win it. We need to win it, man. Big up Kenny. Yeah, he called his mother. Yeah, bro. And what's weird as well is that like his brother's rants supports Man United. So I don't get what happened. Like his mum supports Spurs, and I think his dad supports Man United. So I think rants went to the dad, and then like in terms of like supporting teams, and then expressions went like the mum's way and went to Spurs. Like, sometimes I wish in another timeline, in another alternative universe, expressions is an Arsenal fan, and like I would watch Arsenal fan TV when we were terrible. And I watch expressions after, and I'd just ended up laughing my ass off after all the terrible performances that Arsenal went through. But hopefully, in another timeline, Arsenal would actually win the Champions League and be a better team. But we can only dream, people. We can only dream. Big up Gunnar FC. 8.5 years before I was born, we last won the Carabao. Yeah, I think literally the year I was born, we won it. But I was born like 6 months after we actually lifted the. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. No, like 9 months after, I think. Because it's in March, right? So. Yeah, so like 6 months after we won it, I was born. So I've never seen it. Even I wasn't even a baby. I was still inside the flat. Mate. You know what I'm saying? Big up Shano, yeah. Big up all, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see you guys in the chat. Gonna be jumping off soon. I need to go do some stuff, but I'm gonna catch up with some of these comments and then do a final little wrap up. Big up Joe. Spurs pain brings me pleasure. Yeah, man. It's honestly. They need to get relegated, man. They don't deserve to stay up, man. Honestly, I hate that club. I hate that fan base. And when they celebrated, when Son missed that one-on-one, scummiest fan base, man. Scumbags. Celebrating your own team losing. Scumbags, mate. Big up Gunnar SC, Leverkusen 2, Arsenal 1. You think we're going to lose? I mean, I've said it before. Obviously, I don't ever want to see Arsenal lose a game. I never want to see us lose. And that's not even an asterisk. I never want to see us lose. But if we do lose to Leverkusen and get knocked out, it won't be the end of the world for me because I think we don't win the Champions League anyway. I don't think we have enough quality up top. And personally, I just think we should just concentrate on the league and trying to get a domestic double or potentially a domestic treble or just any kind of trophy in the domestic season because we need to win that title. We need to win a Carabao Cup. And if we do win both, then we should be looking at winning the FA Cup as well. So realistically, I think we should really be concentrating on the domestic cups. But like I said, I don't want to lose any game. And obviously, the further we get in the Champions League, the more money we get as well. So it will help with transfers and balancing the books as well. So yeah, it is what it is. Big up Kenny, 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going with 2-0. I'm hoping we can win. And again, I don't want to lose. But if we do win more than 2-0, then we can rest in the second leg and concentrate on the Carabao Cup final. And after the Carabao Cup final, I think we have Bournemouth and then we have City away. So those our next like 3 to 5 fixtures are like they'll define our entire season, in my opinion. And we need to beat City at the Etihad. There's no getting away from it. I don't want to draw. A draw will be a loss. A loss will be devastating, and a win is the only thing that will be acceptable, in my opinion. And I will definitely be doing a live watch along for that game, 1,000% as well. Big up to you, Kenny. Big up, Chris. Our fans are too much. I know Slot needs to take half of the blame for this season, but our fans calling him personal names is a joke. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, he's won a title in his first season. For me, if Arteta won the title in his first season, he'd basically be a flipping deity at this club. The top goonies would be worshipping his toenail clippings, for fuck's sakes, man. But I think Slot has been very disrespected. Obviously, he's had a terrible season this season, but you've just won the league, man. You're still the reigning champions of the Premier League. And how many managers can say that they've come into a side that finished 3rd or 4th last season and got and won the Premier League straight away in their first season? I don't know. I think Ancelotti did it. I think Chelsea finished like 7th the season he won it, or 10th or something. The first season when he came in and won it. But other than Ancelotti and Slot, who's come in their first season and won a title? Nobody that I know, and not in my lifetime anyway. Or maybe I might be missing something because I know Alex Ferguson didn't do it. Wenger didn't do it. Did Conte do it? No, I don't think so. Kenny Fan TV, Burnley as well. Oh, bro, like everybody can dunk on Spurs. Like Spurs can't chat to anyone right now. honestly, it's such an embarrassment being a Spurs fan right now, and I fucking love it. It's beautiful. Hold that, mate. Big up, Joe. I told you before it was his mum who made him support Spurs. Pure child abuse. His mum should be hauled in front of this court, bro. Honestly, I just don't get how you have a brother that supports Man United, and then you go and support Spurs. Like, what? I'm not gonna lie. If I was a kid and I got to like 12 years old, before I got to an adult, I would have switched teams. I'm gonna say it right now. If I was a Spurs fan, I would have switched teams. Because my whole family, especially my mum's side, are all Arsenal. My dad's side have like Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and stuff like that. But everybody on my mum's side of the family supports Arsenal. So it's basically Arsenal or nothing on my mum's side of the family. I don't understand this whole thing like one parent supports one team, and yeah, it's you, and then you pick. I think you got as siblings, you just got to pick one team and stick with it. But it is what it is. Big up, Joe. Big up, Jack. Apparently, Hincapié has had a great time back at the club. Hopefully, he doesn't get booed. Yeah, I don't want him to get booed either, man. I really hate when stuff like that happens. Like, when we were booing, like, Nicolas Pepe in pre-season, like, I don't get why people were booing him. Like, why? It doesn't even make sense. Like, he didn't... Like, Arteta forced him out of the club. He didn't go to a rival. He went overseas. Why were people booing Pepe? Like, and Pepe was good for us. Pepe was decent for us. I will not believe in this Pepe slander. No, there will be no Pepe slander or no none of that crap on my channel. I don't understand why the Pop Gooners were booing him, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I hope he doesn't get booed as well, man. Big up to you, Jack. Big up, Chris. If Slot wins the Champions League, then we have to keep him. Premier League and new Champions League back-to-back season is mad. If Slot wins the FA Cup, I still want him gone. I say that with respect. Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I mean, for me, I've had to go 5 years without any kind of silverware. So for me, a title and a trophy this season and next season would be okay for me. I'd be able to deal with that because, you know, us Arsenal fans, we're starving out here, man. We just want something. We just want to see the captain's armpits once and we'll be happy, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up, Kenny. I actually feel for Kinski. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Because I was thinking, like, who's Kinski? I was like, some weird fetish, bro. But yeah, I feel for him as well. Obviously, as a goalkeeper, being a goalkeeper is one of the hardest positions. Getting subbed off in the first half is crazy as well. But they had to. But it wouldn't have really made a difference. I mean, they lost 5-2 anyway. They're out the Champions League, so it is what it is. I can't really see them making a comeback from this position. And yeah, I can't see Atletico Madrid bottling the away leg either. I mean, they'd have to score 4 goals, right? Nah, against Atletico Madrid's defense. Only people that can score 4 goals against Atletico Madrid. I wonder what team that is. I think it's a team in North London, but definitely not the white ones. Definitely the red ones. There you go. Big up, Chris. Our players getting away with murder this season. I'm sick of Van Dijk, Salah getting defended by happy clappers all the time, calling them out all the time. Yeah, I think for me, Van Dijk, Salah, and even Alisson to a certain degree just haven't been up to par. I'm as a neutral and as a person who's actually a big fan of the Liverpool team as well. I think you should have sold Salah last season when he wanted to go to Saudi and they were offering like 200 million. I think you should have got rid of him and looked at getting Elise. I think he should have been the Salah replacement in my opinion. Maybe obviously not the same level yet, but I think Elise is quality, man. He's quality. I think Salah's finished now. I think Salah's finished. I think Van Dijk's finished. I think you could probably get one more season out of Van Dijk, but I think Salah was finished like a season and a half ago, to be honest. It's a shame, really. You never want to see like your heroes or your best players decline at your club. It's actually quite sad, but it's just part of football, unfortunately. Big up, Jack. If Spurs go down, we can rent out White Hart Lane for a victory concert. Yeah, get Beyonce to start singing about Beyonce to start singing North London Forever, innit? Big up, Jack. Big up, Kenny. No, don't remind me of Onana. Bro. Onana, you know what's crazy is that Onana's got to be back at your club at the end of the season because remember it's just a loan and they don't. And is it Trabzon Sport? They don't want him, bro. They don't want him. So, but the thing is, he's going to be on the bench because Le Mans. I actually really rate Le Mans. I think he's really, really good. I don't know. He's just come out of nowhere. I think he's a really, really good player, man. He's quality. His shot stopping, his distribution. I don't really think he has many weaknesses. I do think his reflexes aren't the best, but I do think he's a good shot stopper. I think he needs to work on his reflexes, and his agility. But other than that, I think he's a pretty complete keeper, and I think he's doing really, really well. Van der Ven got lucky not to get a consecutive red card, but that challenge was naughty. Well, Van de Ven, he doesn't want to be there, bro. He's trying to get himself sent off anyway. X said he ain't buying his mum nothing for Mother's Day. Oi, man. Expressions are so funny, man. Expressions are so funny. A watch along would be great for the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing more watch along, guys. Definitely, especially towards the this is the penultimate season for us. So, and we're at the business end of the season, I'm gonna start doing more watch alongs. I think it'd be really good for the channel. I think it'd be really good to for you to see me crash out in real time, because, bro, when I'm watching Arsenal games and we concede, I literally just crash out straight away. It's actually nuts, bro. I literally crash out like straight away. And honestly, you should see me. I think I've done one. I've done a couple of watch alongs, but the last watch along I did when we played Aston Villa away, when Buendia scored that second goal, I didn't even crash out. I just stared at the screen and just went, yeah, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this, man. I've literally had enough of this. So, but I've had some more explosive like rants and stuff like that. You guys have probably seen anyway. They're sixth in Bundesliga. I can't see that happening. Yeah, same. I think we beat them 2-0. I think we beat them 2-0, man. Anana peeping through Kenny's curtains with a maniacal smile. Oh, big up, Joe. Big up, Boring. We could absolutely win the Champions League, though. Teams can't low block it in the Champions League. They have to play. And as our previous form in the league format showed, we are inevitable. Yeah, but I think the problem is, I get your logic, but I think the problem is that when you're in those like semi-final and those finals, people do like low block a lot more, and you are waiting for those moments of magic. So I think we can get to the quarterfinals and even the semi-finals, but when we get to the semi-finals and the final, I just think we'll struggle. That's my thing. I think we can win the Champions League, but I just think it's very, very, very unlikely, just because of the lack of equality on top. But I don't necessarily disagree with that or agree with it. I think I'm kind of on the fence, but I do lean towards that we just don't have enough, in my opinion. But I do agree with you about the low blocks thing. I definitely agree with that, though. Big up Gruner SC. Even if we do lose, I'm more confident that it won't be the Spurs way. Yeah, we're not going to get spanked like 4. We're not going to get spanked like 5-1 or 4-2. Yeah, that's not happening. If we do lose, we'll probably be like 3-2 or 2-1 or something like that. I mean, the last time we conceded 3 goals in a game, other than it was Luton Town, but there was another. We've conceded 3 goals this season in a game. I can't remember which game it was. Someone needs to remind me what game we conceded 3 goals in. But other than that game this season, it's been like we haven't conceded 3 goals in ages. But yeah, someone needs to remind me what game that is, by the way. Big up, Joe King. Spurs lost both legs in the first 20 minutes. What do I even say to that? I mean, they are just so bad, aren't they? They're so bad. Big up, Chris. Us winning the league last season, I was crying with joy as not seeing us lift in front of the fans in my lifetime. And the parade was the best moments of my life with Jurgen. It was lockdown. Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, you won it in the COVID year, so you didn't get to celebrate it. Make sure you get the likes up, people. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Yeah, man. I mean, that must have been nice for you, man. I haven't been to a parade in years, mate. Years. I was a kid, mate, with my flipping lunchbox and my Beyblades and my Tamagotchi, bro. I've never seen us win the titles in a doll. It's actually freaking sad, man. Big up, Jack. Shout out to your mum's side of the family. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, man. Actually, let me show you guys something, actually. When I was little, I had a little party. Yeah. So I showed this on stream before, but I'll show it again for those who haven't seen it. And we have managed to get a special guest turned up, if I can freaking find it. Hold on, let's see if I can find it, actually, because I know a lot of you guys will like this. There we go. When I was little, I think I was about 6, maybe 7. There was this place in so I used to go to, I'll give you a little background, yeah, some dark side background. So there was a place I used to go to for like birthday parties in Clapham Junction. It was called The Zone, and it was like a massive ball pit. If you're old enough to remember, you know, if you were in the London area, you know, yeah. And then we'd have like this, and then I had like this little thing afterwards. And I don't know how the hell this happened, but I got a picture. And I can't find the other picture with me taking a picture with him, but I managed to get Ian Wright came through. I've got some shit all over it. I need to clean this, but yeah, Ian Wright came through. Great time, mate. Great time. So that's why Ian Wright was like one of my. It's always going to be a special player for me. I know Ian Wright talks so much crap now on the overlap, and he caps for the club and all that stuff. But I always have a special place in my heart for Ian Wright, man. I love Ian Wright. He's just such a legend, man. Such a legend. Yeah. Big up Boring. I will die on the sword that Pepe was better than he's been remembered. Over 50 GA, and if I remember correctly, an important run in our FA Cup. Facts. This is such facts as well, because people talk about what's it called? Pepe like he was Javinho or he was Shamak or something. Pepe was good, man. Pepe was flipping good. He was good. He was good. And I will not accept this slander and this propaganda that he was rubbish, man. Kinski reminded me of the Forest keeper that made the Boza error against Villa and had the mental breakdown. Yeah, man. I think after those slips and that second one, and when Alvarez scored, he'd mentally checked out, man. He'd mentally checked out. Big up Kenny. Hincapié has been a better upgrade of Calafiori, I must say. Yeah, I don't rate Calafiori. I don't rate him at all. People were saying that, yeah, he's good at attacking and stuff like that, but honestly, I don't rate him. I think defensively, he's a liability. I think attacking going forward, he's okay. He scored a couple of goals. I think he scored a goal against you at the beginning of the season. And but last season when we bought him, when he got skinned at the Etihad, no, sorry, the season before we bought him and we played him at the Etihad, I was like, oh, this guy doesn't look good at left back. He's a centre back that can play left back, but he's not that great. I don't rate him. I'm so glad that Hincapié's improved. In my personal opinion, he's our most improved player of 2026. And for me, he definitely deserves a spot because Calafiori is overrated shite, in my opinion. Yeah, United at home, yeah. We lost 3-2, yeah. Cunha. Yeah, I remember now. Thanks for that. I couldn't think of what game it was. Thanks for that. Big up Kenny. Big up Jack. Right, he's a legend. Yeah, he's a legend, man. He is such a legend. He's one of my favorite players, and he's probably a lot of the reason why a lot of my family support Arsenal. Is just like a legend. Obviously from South London as well. That's where I'm from. So this made sense, really. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up, people. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. See if anyone else is not online. I can redirect you. No, I don't think so, actually. No, no one's online. Thought Shane would be online, actually, but he's not. No. Views isn't online either. Neither's Northside. Yeah, so I'm just going to wrap things up then, people. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to see if I can do the watch along as well. I'll let you know my... Oh, wait. So, yeah. Is Shane going live in 15 minutes? Okay, yeah, I thought so. Let me see if I can. It's annoying that he's not live now, but yeah, I would redirect to him. But yeah, big up to all. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'll see you guys later. Like, subscribe, peace, man.